So buttocks are on the floor, legs are out comfortably long, and the arms are out comfortably wide. Prop the head if the chin's jutting up too much. Legs out comfortably long, backs of heels hip distance or a little wider. For a little cool, put those extra layers over while we're waking up, while we're using the bolster to open the body. And then just let yourself be. And in letting go, can we be completely conscious of this moment? Our body is aligned and balanced, right and left as best we can. The props in behind the lower back, creating the lift of the front body. And then start to let the breaths lift through the belly, the ribs to the upper chest. Breathing out, flatten the belly, flatten the ribs, flatten the chest. Can you feel where the breath builds through the body, opening more and more? And really just try and get this breath to really open through the upper body, from the belly, get the ribs to activate, get the breath right up through the collarbones as actively as you can. Really trying to get that inhale to lift up through the body. While we're propped and open, getting that extra lift. Diaphragm's fully expanded, rib cage isn't collapsing into it. Couple more rounds, just really focusing on the breath. And then on your next exhalation, flex the feet, push out through the backs of those legs. Breathing in, pointing toes. Breathing out, flexion of the feet. Your timing, your breath. Next time you breathe in, point the toes, drop your big toes into touch. Breathe out, feet roll out. Breathe in, toes roll in and touch. Breathe out, feet roll out. Full circles, your timing, your breath. Noticing that ankle mobilization, is it balanced right and left? And do you get full rotation, or are you tight anywhere? Did you often sprain your ankles? Did you even have a broken ankle? Do you notice one side doesn't move as good as the other? And then the next time those toes touch together for you, pause. Again, sip some more breath up through the body. We want to get that chest lifting. Try and tuck your chin down. Can chin and chest connect? And then breathing out, rolling out opposite direction. 3 rotations around in this opposite direction. Third rotation around for you. Bring the toes all the way back to reconnect. The toes touch together, and again, a deep breath. Pull it up through the body, right up into the chest. Hold in for as long as you can. Try and suction the belly and expand the ribs. Breathe out, sigh out, feet drop out, soften completely. Once you soften, push the heels out, flex the feet, and then bend your legs up into Supta Baddha Konasana. Soles of feet together, knees dropping away. Sweep the arms back and reach for those elbows when you're ready. As you breathe in, elbows pull long, feet press together, push down, push long. Breathe in, activate your stretch, and breathe out, soften. Remember, if you're holding the elbows and it's too much, reach for the wrists, cup the hands, or long arms. Last exhale for you. Firm the lower belly. Hold the breath out. Change the grip on the elbows to your unnatural side, or the grip on the wrists or the cup of the hands, unnatural, wherever you're at. And then slow, steady breath. And then balance the exhale slowly out. Inhales and exhales, slow and steady. And gradually building on the inhale. Can you add 1 count onto the breath? Exhale, slow down and balance. And once you're at full capacity, simply maintain. And if you're able to hold at that length for a while, maybe the breath will open up. Maybe eventually you'll feel the breath will again deepen for you. Subtle gaps at the end of each breath. So when you're ready, enjoy that moment of spaciousness between the breath. Noticing where one breath finishes, there's a pause, then the next breath begins. Enjoy that moment of stillness and spaciousness resting into the gap. One more round of breath work. Finish the round you're on. One more round. On your last exhale, make it as slow and as deep as you can. Working that last exhale out longer, deeper. And if there's anything left, hold the breath out. And once you are finished, simply stretch the arms long and bring them all the way down around beside you. Completely soften. If legs are sore, bring them up. If the lower back's aggravated, tuck and release down. Wherever you need to be, a few moments of stillness, a conscious breaths in and out. Coming off the bolster, roll to your right side if there's any back aggravations. Otherwise, slide the elbows back and roll straight up. Finding what works best for you to come up, protect the back. Long diamond shape with the legs. Let the body roll down and in, surrendering forward. So you might want to put the bolster or cushions in front of the body, propping yourself support. Any pulling from the lower back out to the sacroiliac joints, then pull back a little. Chin deeper into the notch of the throat. Find, can you surrender? Letting gravity take you in, softening, surrendering. Stay with it. Keep surrendering. Let the chin start to rock shoulder to shoulder or collarbone to collarbone, mobilizing the neck gently. When you're ready, simply bring the head back through center. Once you're centered again, chin tucking in and up, nice and deep. Push away from the feet, walk the hands in, push away from the hands, rolling the back up vertebra by vertebra, as slow as you're comfortable to do. Let the head come up last, nice and slow. Once you're eventually up, hold around those knees or shins. Keep resisting against the arms and tilt your right ear down. Feel the stretch down that left side, neck, shoulder, arm. And then inhale, the head centers, second side. Tilting left ear down, right ear up. Pull against the arm. Keep the chin in, keep the lower ribs in. Make sure you're not puffing the chest up, not falling in the back. Make those subtle adjustments where you feel necessary. And then inhale, the head centers. Turn the chin slowly to your right shoulder. Tuck it as deep as you can once you're there. And slowly roll the chin all the way down to center chest. And keep the chin pushing up through the back of the neck, not hanging forward, but pressing in and up, as if you're trying to put the chin up into the notch of your throat. And then inhale, lift the head to neutral. Slowly to your left. And then bring the chin down as deep as you can to the collarbone. Again, make sure the shoulders aren't lifting. Shoulders down, chin down. And slowly the chin comes down to center chest. And so notice the rotation if you're tight along the journey. And that chin is pushing up through the back of the neck continually. Eventually centering, you're trying to put the chin right up into the notch of the throat. And then inhale the head up to neutral slowly. Again, the chin around to the right shoulder when you're ready to. Arms around to the right and twist looking back. So left hand against right leg pressing. Right hand as far as you're comfortable to take it. Rotate back. So encourage the right shoulder back. Left hand against the leg pressing brings this left side through. Not forcing the neck, really careful with the neck. And exhale, squeeze the last breath out. Inhale, face turns forward. And then slowly around to the left. So right hand against the left leg, left hand behind you. Rotate back. Remember, inhales, we lift the spine. Exhales, we rotate. And exhale, squeeze the last breath out. Inhale, face turns forward slowly. Release the body out slowly. Pick up the legs when you're ready. They've been there a while. Give them assistance. Give them a shake out, whether it's the ankles, the knees, the shoulders, the wrists, the neck mobilizing, the spine mobilizing where you feel you need to. When you're ready, bend those legs up so you're not hyperextending. Tilt from the pelvis. Reach forward for the legs, ankles, feet. Spine lifting, chin in. So if you've got a point in the middle of your back that's hunching out, rounding out, lift from that rounded point. So if you need to bring the hands further up the legs, do so. And then feel the movement. The pivot comes from the hips. Keep the chest lifted, sideways long, back long. Keep breathing. Neck a part of the spine, don't let it hang. Head not hanging. So bring your awareness to your tailbone. Breathe in, slide your awareness up the spine as high as you can get. Breathe out, slide down to your tailbone. Awareness along the spine. Inhale, slide up the spine. Exhale, down to tailbone. Keep it going. Awareness through your back body. And then on your next exhale, slump. Let the palms turn up, let the feet drop. If you want to put that bolster in the front of your body, lean into it. Head rolling in, chin tucking in. Make sure you really tuck the chin up into back of neck so you're not getting that dowager hump on the upper back and you're not hanging off one part of the cervical spine, chin in deep. Let go, feel there's a surrendering, a softening. Remember, if it's too intense, roll up and down a few times. And you breathe into the tightness. And you breathe into surrendering. Is the body inviting you deeper? Are you holding out? Start to press the backs of the heels down through the mat. Firm the lower belly. Inhale, it's a slow roll up. Vertebra by vertebra. Use your hands to push against the floor if you need to, supporting your back to roll up. Coming up to sit tall and take a moment being still. Be still, mobilize when you're ready. Do what works for you, what gives you release, what gives you opening, or enjoy the stillness. And when you're ready, we're going to prop up on the equipment, sitting up on bolsters, cushions, whatever you're working on. Baddha, heels in as close to the pelvis as you can, knees dropping wide. Once you're there, right hand goes down, left arm up and over. Find your side stretch. Breathe into this feeling. Left side ribs opening up. Keep breathing. Push away from the right hand, stretching, opening. Can you press your feet together, press them down, work the legs down whilst you're here. And exhale, the arm sweeps down, second side, left hand wide, right arm up and over. Find your side body stretch. Push away from the base hand, stretch the ribs wide, open up into it. And exhale, the arm sweeps down. Again, around into your twist, mobilizing. So twist, we're trying to get this thoracic region that gets locked in. We're trying to get it to open. Through life, our lower back and our neck gets overused because this rib cage area gets stiff and immobile. So we try and mobilize it. The twist will rotate it. You might not get much further than the initial first point of this twist, but then can you get softening around it? Can you get releasing around it? I'm going to exhale, squeeze the last breath out. Inhale, face forward. Sweep around second side, shoulders and chest around. So again, you might just get to this first point of rotation. Breathe into it. Lifting on inhale, rotating with exhale. And exhale, squeeze the last breath out. Inhale, face forward. Center the body. Assist the knees to come up. Hips, flexor, quadriceps stretch. Right leg bending back. Lifting up, and if that's too intense for the joints, then bring the knees over to that windscreen wiper position. Bring the back foot further back if you can. If the knee doesn't want to bend, do straight leg version, rolling hip forward, thigh forward, opening into these stretches where you can. Tailbone tucking, lifting and opening. And if arms and shoulders are sore and they don't want to hold you, then do the version laying on the floor, laying to the side with a twist, knees to one side. Second leg, change it over. So again, if it's the left leg that the knee's sore, it doesn't want to bend back, then windscreen wipering across to one side. If your shoulders and wrists you're not weight bearing on, then lean back to the floor or bolster and push, work a straight leg or bent, whatever the joints will allow. Opening up to where you can. Always working around our postures. Where can we open? Working around those parts of the body where we need to protect. And then exhale, releasing out in your time. Long legs when you're ready. Rub down, shake out. If it was weight bearing on the shoulders, wrists, legs, neck. Fold forward when you're ready. Paschimottanasana. Hips still on the equipment, helping to tilt the pelvis, lengthening the lower back so it's not rolling out in flexion. Bend the legs up more if you need and unlock the back of the knee. And then let the body slump again. Feet drop, palms turn up, head heavy. If it's too intense, roll up and down. And then press the heels down through the mat. Firm the lower belly and roll up slowly. And once you're upright, take a moment. Roll the shoulders full circle. Your timing. Inhale, upward motion. Exhale, downward motion. And then opposite direction, full circles, opposite direction. When you're ready, simply let the shoulders drop. Sit tall. Bend the legs in and on. We're going to come up to stand, Uttanasana. Use your hands if you need to. Lift the bottom up. Pull your bolster through your legs. If you don't have a bolster, cushions, towels, if there's anything firm enough, you can squeeze in on. So we're placing the equipment on the inside edge of legs, inner ankles, inner knees, inner thighs. Squeeze in. Walk the hands out in front. So we're not letting the body slump, rounding where the bolster hits in under the sternum. Pull long. Keep the inner thighs active. It might feel you feel more softening around the outer edge. Back of leg softening whilst inner leg activates. Keep breathing. Neck long, a part of the spine. And then exhale fully. Pull the bolster out. Put it onto the mat. Come down onto your hands and knees and mobilize your spine through cat and cow. Get your knees on the edge of the bolster and squeeze in on it. Hands each side, front edge of bolster. Inhale, dipping, looking up. Exhale, rolling, looking in. So keep the inner knees squeezing on the back end of the bolster. Inhale, dipping, keep the inner legs active. Exhale, rolling. Continue moving your time, your breath. Next time you're looking at your navel, simply stay there. Once you're looking back to the navel, breathe across your upper back. Hands push straight down, knees keep them squeezing in, chin tucking in deeper. Breathe across the upper back, open it up. Next, exhale to down dog. Tuck the toes, lift off the knees. Take the buttocks up and out and stretch long. Can the crown of head rest into the equipment? If you're jamming your neck, readjust, move it. Otherwise, finding length. If wrists are sore, you're doing forearm down dog. Move the bolster out of the way. It'll be too high. Feel the inner legs, that you've still got your something in between the legs, the bolster, as if you're squeezing in those inner thighs as you work this down dog posture. And if your head is resting into the equipment, feel that it's a soothing, it's a calming of the nervous system. It's like they're giving you more of a restful posture. And then exhale fully. Come forward to your high plank over your equipment. Adjust where you need to. Once you're in your plank, lower your body down onto that equipment, hips and chest touching at the same time. And then your body's supported. Keep the shoulder heads back. Don't let them collapse down. Triceps active, elbows squeezing back. Pull forward, arch up. Keep shoulders back. Keep legs and glutes working. Lower back down onto that equipment. And then without waving the back, can you push straight up, finding that upper body strength and back into your down dog. Again, can the head rest into the bolster? Can the buttocks stretch away long? Inner thighs active. Inhale, coming forward to your plank again. Second set, lower chaturanga. If you need to put knees down, always put them down. Connect to that bolster. Arch the chest up. Pelvis pushing into the end of the bolster. Squeeze those glutes. Shoulders back. Turn the chin to your right shoulder. Can you see your left foot? Inhale, head centers. Turn the chin to the left shoulder. Can you see your right foot? Come back to center. Lower the chest down onto the equipment. Hands behind the back, an easy clasp behind your back. Lift the arms off the body as much as you can up behind you. Squeeze those shoulders back. Legs working, core working. Inhale, arching up. So pelvis pushing into the bolster. Shoulders squeezing back, active where you can. Lower back down onto the bolster. Bring the hands in next to the chest. Push straight up into your plank. Push straight back into your down dog and find your length. Again, head resting into the equipment if you could. Imagine you're squeezing those inner thighs in and out. Push away from your hands and your feet. Now take your right leg up in the air behind you. Roll hip up, ribs up, twist up. Bend that top knee, keep it as high as you can. Transition towards plank, and as you do, bring that knee wide and high, all the way towards your right shoulder, as high as you can. Then step this right foot wide of your hand. Come down on the left knee. Right toes turned out, knee out. Pull the bolster further along. Can you rest into the equipment? Forearms on it. And let the pelvis come forward into your stretch. So toes out, knee out. Lengthening the body in a squared manner, balanced across shoulders, chest and pelvis. Breathe into this feeling. So make sure you're not just hanging in the hip. Keep the arms active, the legs active, front ribs held up. And exhale fully. Walk the hands in and up. Keeping the right foot out at that angle as you pull back into this Ardha Hanumanasana half split. The foot out a little bit wider than this right hip, so you're off at an angle. Feeling this different line of energy, perhaps hitting more the sciatic nerve line as you tilt the bottom away. Stretch back long. Pull the chest long. Notice how it feels on this right leg. And then bring the foot down again, hand inside edge, sink forward. And then we're stepping back to down dog. Tuck the back toes, lift up, and stepping back to that down dog posture in your time. Take a moment there. And when you're ready, left leg goes up. Roll hip up, ribs up, twist up. Bend that top knee, keep it high. Start to transition towards plank, and as you do, left knee wide and high up towards that left shoulder as much as you can. Then flick the foot forward and wide of the left hand. Come down on the right knee. Front toes turned out, knee dropped out. Reposition the bolster again if you need to, and resting into it. Letting the body come forward. Pushing away from that front left foot, toes out, knee out. Body squaring forward, chest, shoulders, hips. And breathing into this feeling. And then exhale fully. Walk the hands up on the inhale. Pull those left toes up. So if those left toes pulled up, the foot's out wider than the hip again. Pulling back, and feel that different line stretch of energy, Ardha Hanumanasana, up the back or outer edge of this left leg. Lower back extending, tailbone tilting long. Let the foot come down flat again. Toes turned out, sink forward. Bring the hand inside edge. Tuck the back toes, lift off the back knee, and step back to your down dog posture. Again, can the head rest into the bolster? Now, it doesn't matter which leg, it's just depending where you're set up on the yoga mat. Lift one leg up behind you, step it forward, reposition bolster, turn to the wide or long edge of your mat, and then that wide leg forward bend. Bolster comes in between the inner ankles. So we want to be squeezing in on the bolster. Keep walking the feet in that little bit closer till you can actually feel pressure, especially if the bolsters have got a bit soft. Hands walk out in front again, spine pulling long. Once you've got a long spine and inner ankles pressing in, inner legs, feel them switched on, then see if you can start to bring the body down any deeper in towards the legs. Don't let the knees lock out, keep working with the stretch. Inner legs activating, and then you might feel the softness all around the outer edge, back of legs a little softer. Lengthening through and down to where you can. We're not letting the middle chest slump. Make sure you're pulling it long. Then inhale, lift the head and chest. Turn your toes out, turn your heels into the bolster. So knees out, sit down in those legs, inner elbow to inner knee if you could. Try and pull the pelvis forward, knees wider. And then push down through the feet, use those legs and come all the way up to stand. Reach the arms up as you come up, touch. Sweep them wide, right arm on top of left, unwrapping in Garudasana arms, so right on top. Sit down in those legs again, but feel those heels are pressing into the bolster as you sit down. And then round the upper back, chin in. Make sure knees are wide. Unravel, come all the way up. Inhale, reach up, stretch up. Second side, exhale, left arm on top of right. Wrap the forearms. Come down in the legs when you're ready. Remember, if you're not wrapping the forearms, that left arm long, right arm resisting. Round your back, chin in. Keep the back of those heels pushing into the bolster. And inhale, come all the way up. Reach up, sweep the arms up. Arms come down to shoulder height. Turn your feet to the right for Trikonasana. As you exhale, reach out long. Reach down to that right leg, ankle, foot. Look up to the left hand if it's easy for you. Keep breathing. Finding the length, find the opening top side, maybe underside of front leg. Breathe and stretch. And then just let this top arm come over long, beside the ear, extended Trikonasana, and sweep the arm down. Come all the way up for the second side, arm shoulder height. Turn the feet to your left. And when you're ready, reach out long, reach down, leg, ankle, foot. Keep sliding, lengthening. Look up to the top thumb if it's easy for the neck. Keep reaching through to where you can. And then this top arm, bring it long, extended Trikonasana. And let the arms sweep all the way down, coming all the way back up to stand. Turn the feet forward again and squeeze it on that bolster. Hands on hips, active on the ankles and legs. Inhale, lift the body. Fold down through those legs. Keep hands on hips. Are they balanced as you come all the way through? Keep the inner legs working. Middle chest, not letting it slump. Pull longer, pull forward. Lift the head and chest up parallel to the floor. Put your left hand under the face. Right arm up to the ceiling. Twist up, look up. Exhale, right hand down, left arm up. Twist up, look up. Keep squeezing on the bolster, inner ankles active. And exhale the hand down. Once you do, shift your feet in front of the bolster, sit your buttocks onto the bolster, and bring your left leg out long, right leg bent up. Wrap the left arm around the leg, right hand behind you. Twist and look back. If it's easy, left arm can come outside edge of the front leg, arm and leg pressing against each other, rotate back. Keep working arm and leg against each other, shoulder rotating. Exhale fully. Face turns forward. Unwind. Put the left hand down. Take the right arm up. Reach for this left foot. Bend the knee more if you need. Pull back on the right arm. Tuck your chin in. Reposition left hand on the floor if you need. Push away from left hand. Left heel's trying to push away. Right arm pull back. Round the shoulder, we're getting the posterior sling, stretching and breathing. Chin right up into notch your throat. Shoulder, keep it sealed down on the back as you round the back out. Inhale, lift the head and chest, pull up against the arm, resist. And then exhale, releasing. Change legs, left leg in, right leg long. Left hand behind you, right arm up and over, outside edge, or wrap around the left leg if you're jamming on that right shoulder. Rotate back. Exhale, squeeze the last breath out. Inhale, face forward, putting the right hand wide, left arm up, reach forward for that right leg, ankle, foot, bend the leg more if you need, and then you're pulling back. The foot's pushing away, you're pulling back, rounding the back. Position the right hand on the floor further away if you need. And again, you're working the posterior sling, second side. Don't let this left shoulder hitch up near the ear. Keep it sealed onto the back. As you round the back away, create broadness and opening. Inhale, pull up, lift the chest. And exhale, releasing. Can you just bring that leg in? Let the knees drop out into Baddha Konasana. If you can get around the ankles or the feet without leaning too far forward, and then just pull up against the arms, resisting. Chest in though, not letting it puff up. Tilt your head to the side, stretching neck and shoulder. And then inhale, head centers, tilt second side. Keep pulling the spine long, pulling against the arms, resisting. And then inhale the head center. Assist the knees to come up, bring them out in front long, shake out, rub down. You can move the bolster away, come back to lay on the mat. You can put it underneath the backs of the knees if you wish to. And letting your body surrender down onto the mat for relaxation. Pop a few extra layers back on if you're feeling cold. And just let your body rest back to the mat into Shavasana. Extra layers on the body, bolster under the knees, wherever that's comfortable for you. And then once you're laying down, if you've got the bolster under the knees, once the legs drop back to the hips, you might get a feeling of, are you balanced in the hips or is there difference? Sometimes you don't pick it up so much when the legs are flat, but if the legs are over the bolster, and then from the hips through to the shoulders, what does it feel like through your back body? Let the legs just drop over the other end of the bolster, feet, let them drop and relax. And then simply let go. Close the eyes down. Tuck the chin down. Let the weight of the shoulders release down. The shoulders down the back to the hips and pelvis. Balanced or different, what do you feel? And then the legs draped over the bolster if you're there. And feel that softening. And tuning into the softening, the releasing. Can you let your body surrender completely? If the mind is wandering, can you start to bring it back to breath? As the awareness comes back to breath, lengthening and deepening. As those breaths deepen, rub thumbs and fingers, wriggle toes. Opening, closing hands, flexing feet back and forth. Mobilizing, doing whatever works for you. Rotating one direction and then the other. In your time, stretching out. 3 times stretch and sigh and soften. And after your third stretch, simply roll to your right. And when you're ready, coming up to sit. Once you do come up and sit, prop your hips up on your bolster once you're there. And then see if the knees can really drop down at the front edge of your bolster and really tilt to open up. Hips open, spine lifting. Thumb and first finger connect, palms turn up. Chin tucking into notch of throat. And then once you're upright, simply awareness to the tailbone. Breathe in, slide the awareness up through the central channel in front of the spine. And exhale back down towards tailbone. It's known as Sushumna channel, an energy channel directly in front of the spine in the body. Inhale, energy is flowing upwards. Exhale, sliding down. Continue a few more rounds with your breath. And the next inhale for you. Take the arms wide and up. Connect the hands together and touch to the forehead. As we move through life with thoughtfulness. Touch the hands to the lips. As we move through life, we have kind words. And bring the hands to the heart. As we move through life, we have compassion and we have kindness. Namaste.